How to knit the Crinkle Lush knit lace scarf. This is a one-ball project that offsets garter stitch with a simple lace pattern. The properties of the contrasting stitch patterns makes the fabric twist, scallop, and crinkle so beautifully, especially after blocking. This is also a great project for showcasing variegated hand-dyed yarn because the lace and the garter stitch use the yarn differently too. It needs one ball of Be So Lush yarn, which is my blended yarn of organic cotton and bamboo, hand painted and hand dyed into beautiful colorways. This colorway is called Serengeti Sunrise, and for the sample today I'm going to show you how to do it also in this beautiful color, which is called Ava's Isle d'Amour. You're also going to need a set of knitting needles. I'm going to be using US 5 or 3.75 millimeter, and I'll be doing it on a short circular, but you could also do this project on straight needles. Let's get started. You'll want to download the free pattern. The link to download the pattern on my website is in the video description box. So we'll go ahead and click on that, and then you can follow along in the line-by-line instructions as well. And you'll notice that there's an asterisk marked in the stitch pattern, and that's because if you wanted to make this wider for a shawl or an afghan, you could do so by repeating what's in between the asterisks. But if you're just making the scarf like me, you won't need to worry about that. We're going to start by casting on 40 stitches. Any cast on technique you prefer. For this project, I'm doing long tail cast on. So I pulled my tail about 3.5 times the size that I needed, and I'm going to add a slip knot onto my knitting needle, holding my tail in front and my working yarn behind in my left hand. We're going to pull a loop through the loop. We want a total of 40 stitches. After you cast on 40 stitches, you want to knit 4 rows. So we're just going to knit every stitch across and do that for a total of 4 rows. Make sure you grab your working yarn and not your tail yarn. Okay, so we knit rows 1 through 4, just knit every stitch across, and now we're ready to start row 5. Row 5 begins with a knit 2, yarn over, knit 4, we're going to slip, slip, knit, so we're going to slip one and slip another one, then from the front knit them together. That's a left leaning decrease. We're going to knit 6, knit 2 together, knit 4, yarn over, and then knit to the end of the row. Okay, we're going to turn our work. Row 6 begins with a knit 2 for the selvage stitches. Every row, right side and wrong side, begins and ends with knit 2. Then the next section is to knit 18. Now we're going to purl the next 18. And we'll finish our row with a knit 2 in the last 2 stitches. Okay, that completes row 6. We're going to turn our work. Row 7 begins with knit 2, which is our garter stitch selvage edge. Then the pattern repeat begins with a knit 1, yarn over, knit 4, slip slip knit, knit 4, knit 2 together, knit 4, yarn over, knit 1. That completes our lace section of the row. Now we'll knit 18 for the garter stitch section of the row, and then knit 2 for the garter selvage edge of the row. So we're actually knitting 20 for the remainder of this row, but it will change on in the different rows of the pattern. It'll change. So just to keep the sections separate, you're knitting 18 for the garter stitch repeat, and then knitting 2 for the selvage edge. Okay, and that completes row 7. We're going to turn our work and work row 8, and row 8 is a repeat of row 6. Okay, we turned our work. We're ready to begin row 9. Row 9 begins with knit 2 for the selvage edge. Then for our lace repeat, we're going to knit 2, yarn over, knit 4, slip slip knit, knit 2, knit 2 together, knit 4, yarn over, knit 2. For the rest of the row, we're doing a knit 18 for our garter section repeat, and then we'll end the row with a knit 2 for our selvage edge. That will complete row 9. Then you're going to turn your work and work row 10. Row 10 is a repeat of row 6. Okay, we're now ready for row 11. Row 11 begins with a knit 2 for our garter stitch selvage edge. Then our lace repeat is knit 3, yarn over, knit 4, slip slip knit, knit 2 together, knit 4, yarn over, knit 3. That completes our lace portion of row 11. For the remainder of the row, we're going to knit 18 for our garter stitch repeat, and then knit 2 for the selvage edge. Then you're going to turn your work, and for row 12, we're going to repeat row 6. Okay, we did our 4-row garter stitch border, and then we did our 8-row first section of our stitch pattern. And now so that was rows 5 through 12. So now for rows 13 through 20, we're going to repeat rows 5 through 12 one more time. Okay, for rows 13 through 20, we repeated rows 5 through 12. And what's really interesting is the 8-row repeat of rows 5 through 12 is really what we're going to be repeating for the rest of the scarf. We do that 8-row repeat 2 times, and then we're going to flip which side we do the garter stitch and which side we do the lace for the next 16 rows. And I'll show you on the actual scarf, and you can see that there are 2 repeats of the lace side by side with 2 repeats of the garter stitch, and then we flip it and do the lace on the other side and the garter stitch on the other side. So that's what we're going to be doing now. So for row 21, we're going to begin with our 2-stitch garter selvage edge. Then we're going to work our garter stitch repeat, so we're going to knit the next 18 stitches. Okay, and then over the next 18 stitches we're going to do our lace repeat. So it starts with yarn over, knit 4, slip slip knit, knit 6, knit 2 together, knit 4, yarn over, and knit the last 2 stitches as our garter selvage edge. And that's row 21. We're going to turn our work now, and row 22 begins with a knit 2, purl the next 18 stitches, then we'll knit the next 18 stitches and then knit the last 2 stitches. Okay, turn our work. Row 23 begins with knit 2, then we'll knit 1, oh sorry, knit 18, okay, and then our lace repeat for this row is to knit 1, yarn over, knit 4, slip slip knit, knit 4, knit 2 together, knit 4, yarn over,
knit 1, and then knit the last 2 selvage stitches. We're going to turn our work. The row 24, we're going to repeat 22. Okay, we turn our work. Row 25 begins with knit 2 for our selvage edge, and knit 18 for our garter stitch repeat. Then for our lace repeat, we're going to knit 2, yarn over, knit 4, slip, slip, knit, knit 2, knit 2 together, knit 4, yarn over, knit 2, and that completes our lace repeat. We're going to knit the last 2 stitches for our selvage edge. We're going to turn our work now, and row 26 is to repeat row 22. Okay, we're going to turn our work now and start row 27. Row 27 begins with knit 2 for our selvage edge, and then we're going to knit 18 for our garter stitch repeat. And then we begin our lace repeat, which is to knit 3, yarn over, knit 4, slip, slip, knit, knit 2 together, knit 4, yarn over, knit 3. That completes our lace portion of the repeat, and now we'll knit 2 for our selvage edge. We're going to turn our work, and row 28 is a repeat of row 22. For rows 29 through 36, you want to repeat rows 21 through 28 one more time. And that completes our stitch pattern. For the remainder of the scarf, you're going to be repeating rows 5 through 36 throughout the entire scarf.
Follow the link in the video description to download the free line-by-line pattern for this beautiful scarf, and also to get more information about Be So Lush yarn. Please subscribe to my channel for more videos.